Welcome back. Well, summer is a time of the year when more teenagers and young adults will try drugs or alcohol for the first time. And a survey of nearly 400,000 teens found that roughly a third of them said that the first time they tried marijuana, ecstasy, and cocaine or LSD was in the summer. So kind of an unusual report right there. So joining me now is Bradley Hale, the CEO of Resurge Recovery. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You know, it's interesting when you look at all the research and you talk to people, who have suffered from addiction, and you look at the summer months. And so when you look at those two, why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think it's a confluence of factors sort of creating this perfect storm that can be really enticing, but also really dangerous.
Yeah.
So, in the winter months, everyone's isolated. You're not going out a lot. The summer months, everyone comes together. There are tons of outdoor events. I think in Cincinnati in 2025 alone, there are like 150 scheduled outdoor events,
Right.
And what's available at most of these events? At minimum,
Yes.
alcohol, right? And because it's so accessible and because so many people are using it, it becomes sort of this, oh, it's a normal thing.
Right.
I can do this. And for some people, they can use alcohol and it's not a normal thing. Or
Exactly.
it's not a problem, but then other people, it is a problem for them.
And so when you look at, as some people say, well, I'm a social drinker, I do it socially occasionally, but then it does grow into like a bigger issue. And so typically, how does that start with addiction? It just kind of starts as a fun thing and then you just can't control it?
Oftentimes, yeah. I mean, some people know based on family of origin that addiction is something that someone in the family struggled with, but kind of where we're at in terms of like the overall timeline, younger generations, especially now, or I should say older generations, didn't talk about these things a whole lot. So a lot of people now don't know their family history when it comes to addiction. So not knowing if they have that genetic component that makes them more vulnerable to developing addiction, yeah, they think, hey, I can do this casually, socially like everyone else, except if you have that genetic predisposition to addiction, it's not a one and done for you, it's a one and more.
So you're with Resurge, it's a recovery addiction program. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we are a behavioral health practice in Norwood. We treat both mental health and addiction issues for anyone 13 and above. So we provide an array of services. We're a relatively small team, but everyone's kind of got their niche.
Right.
So we've got a nurse practitioner on staff who can provide psychiatric medications for folks who want medication to be a part of their healing journey, whether that's with addiction or just mental health. We've got mental health counselors, we've got substance abuse counselors, we've got specializations. I work with adolescents and couples myself. So we try to cover as much ground despite only being about a dozen people big.
Right. And so with your approach to addiction, I'm sure it kind of changes based on, each person because each story is different and their needs, I would guess, are different as well.
Absolutely. I mean, two people can come in struggling with the same substance but have two totally different stories, right? They've lived two different lives and their recovery journeys are going to look very different despite the substance being the same.
Yeah. So for those who want more information and just maybe if they know someone who is dealing with an addiction, the first step to do, what should you do?
I would do a search, honestly.
Okay.
There are so many resources out there just through a Google search. National resources, local resources. Cincinnati, especially Hamilton County, is a resource-dense area. And so it feels like there's a treatment center on every corner, which is really great because that means folks have options. So I would say do a quick search, look up places like Resurge through social media or through Google, and I think you'll be in a pretty good spot.
And if they want Resurge, what can they do?
Resurge.com, resurgerecovery.com, or find us on social media.
All right, well, great information there, a lot of insight, something to keep in mind as we head into these summer months for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And Alexis, we'll send it back over to you.